Good morning, good morning. Technically, it's 11:30, so we can barely call it morning. Man, it is gloomy. It's the end of May, and it's just so dark, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm struggling a little bit. I had my birthday trip. I went to Disney World for the first time ever, and it was truly magical. Most magical place on earth. They weren't joking. I'm not even a Disney fan. Hello from Disney. My first time, Magic Kingdom. Let's see what kind of adventures await. Here's the castle.
I need a video of this, like the roll in one hand and then like
Right.
what was actually happening.
Can we just start this over again, actually?
Pretend we just came in. Oh, they took my head.
Oh my gosh! Conquered the tower for the second time. Didn't cry this time. In the vlog, I want to update you on lots of work stuff. Lots of clarity has come. Lots of changes in the business, team structure, let's just say. But one of the pieces of clarity that I've come to is, listen, I'm not sure if Florida is forever for the winters, but I can't do another winter in Michigan, like a full winter in Michigan. I think this is something that I've realized recently, because it is the end of May and we still are barely getting consistent sun. It's at least nice, like it's like 60s, but it's just not sunny. And you know, I think this is something that I've been struggling with for a while in business, is like, if you don't know what you're working for, like you have no goals, no financial goals, it's kind of just like, who cares? I don't really need to do any, you know what I mean? Like I can operate at like the bare minimum, but I think that is my goal. Is I definitely want to continue the snowbird life as long as I can. I love Michigan for so many reasons, so I don't think I ever want to not have a home base here, but like, it's just too gloomy for like 6 months, really? All right, anyway, I am at the grocery store, gonna pick up some essentials, and just hoped that getting out of the house would help me with the gloomy struggle. All right, this loft vanity area is still a little bit of a mess. I've still got a suitcase here, but it's coming together. I hung some posters up. I am just getting ready for a coaching call tonight, late actually, 7 p.m., because my coaching client has a full-time job. So we're doing these late at night, which I kind of like. Anyway, I want to tell you guys about the other thing that I did for my birthday, aside from Disney, which is going to perhaps ruffle some feathers. So I'm just going to put it out here. Please respect my beliefs, respect my ability to take risks, you know, on my own, respect my own morals and values and all of that. I have a lot of beliefs that I do not push down people's throats. I don't eat meat, I don't drink, etc. But I don't really care if you do. I went to see a psychic, okay? And listen, I am not 100% like one way or the other on anything. I am very much somebody who believes in making decisions based on intellect and, you know, data, but also based on intuition and vibes, and sometimes the stars, okay? It was a really good experience. Again, if you don't like it, if you think I summoned the devil, you could just click out. But I want to share like a little bit about it. I don't think anyone cares about like the whole thing. It was an intense, like it was like an hour long, you know, we did cards, we did sage, we did palms, we did all kinds of things. But one of the things that really stuck with me was she said that it was very clear that I was operating at 30% in my life right now. And I need to be always pushing to be operating at least 80%. And I really felt attacked in that moment, if I'm being honest, because she's so right. And you don't need to be a psychic to know that, you know? I think this past year has been, as I've said a bunch of times, it's just been one of the hardest ones for me, but just for a lot of people too. Like almost every business owner that I talk to right now is struggling. Like maybe not necessarily financially struggling, but just like having this kind of existential crisis. And I think it's because of a lot of things. I think we're in sort of like this cultural crisis, not crisis, but there's a cultural shift happening with like the world of AI, short form content and short attention spans, you know, kind of like a lot of political division and turmoil in the world. And yeah, the economy like right now isn't great. I think business is not as easy as it was a couple years ago for most of us. And so it's forcing us to examine like, what do I really want to be working this hard at? You know, if it's getting harder, if it's this hard to keep my business afloat, I want to make sure it's something that I do want to do and that I do want to get up for and that I do feel like is making a good impact on the world and, you know, all those other things. So I think that has definitely made me operate at a lower capacity in addition to personal life stuff like my divorce, which by the way, somebody commented on my last podcast, I think, hey, hope everything's okay with you guys. And it's just kind of funny because I've been divorced since January. I've been separated for way, way longer, more than a year at this point, I'm pretty sure. And I just never have made like a YouTube video being like, hey guys, I'm divorced, just because it feels really kind of weird. I love that content. And I think that content is very needed. I very much needed it when I was getting divorced, you know, needed to look to others for insight and stuff like that. But just putting it out there, yes, I am divorced, which is another thing the psychic talked about. Cute. I'm making my dinner early today. It's only like 4:40, but I'm gonna eat before my call. But anyway, another thing that the psychic brought up was just this idea of listening to my inner voice and focusing really on myself right now. She's like, don't not date, don't cut ties with any of the people that you have connections with, but try your best to not get into anything super serious until at least October. And I have no idea how the how she arrived at that specific month, but it's just funny because I was just talking to some of my friends. I was like, I've been rewatching Sex and the City, and I'm like, gotta have my Sex and the City summer. I mean, not really, like, let's be honest, I'm not out here dating multiple men or anything like that, but just not being, you know, somebody's wife right now or anytime soon. And it's so funny because come along. I have more to say. I do have a team update for the business, but I'm going to share that. Well, maybe I'll just share it now. I am a free agent. I am no longer represented by a management company. So managers are people who get me brand deals. And when I really thought about it, all of my biggest and most successful brand deals, like my partnership with Metrocool, for example, my partnership with Nikon, those have all been self-pitched, self-negotiated, all of that. So I decided to take things back into my own hands, and that was a tough decision, but that also was brought up in the reading. It's just so funny. I'd literally sent the note to my management the day before, and in the reading, she was like, there's somebody in your business you need to cut ties with. It's like a big partner and blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's pretty general. Like you could say that to anybody, but it seemed pretty crazy. But anyway, I have the last assignment from my management that I wasn't sure was going to happen because we cut ties. We just weren't sure on it. And I was pretty sure it was going to be a no. And it was something that I was really excited about. And I just found out today that it is still on. And they were able to renegotiate some things for me to make it make more sense with, you know, what I need to make it possible financially and travel wise and all of that. And so it's just so funny, like the culmination of everything happening, you know, me entering my 34th year, being single-ish, you know, for the first time in my life, really struggling a little bit with my business and the direction and where I want to take it and all of that. And it's just like, it's just funny. And I think like, again, the psychic thing might be a bit much, okay? We don't need to give all the credit to her or anything like that, or follow everything she said to a T, but it did just give me a little reassurance, like I am on the right path. You know, it was just kind of funny, okay? I don't know if anything is making sense. But yeah, overall, it was a really good experience, and it was a lovely birthday, and I've got a busy summer ahead. Like, truly. That event is in June. I'll be back in New York in July for kind of just a personal thing. I think I'm also going to an event with YouTube, which is cool. August, I'm going to be doing something. And then I guess September and October, I'm going to be locking down a man. So laughing, but we'll see. We'll see, right? For now, though, I'm going to have my early dinner. So let's do that. A reason for telling you all about my psychic experience. It's 8:30 though, and I need one of these. My head is still hurting so bad. That call was a struggle, but it was a lovely call. I had a call with Leah, who's one of our documentary subjects. And kind of how this documentary is working is we're doing ARL interviews with different subjects. But with Leah, we're actually doing coaching together as well. And we are filming kind of her journey pretty much over the summer, we're going to work together. So we're doing virtual recordings. And yeah, it was really fun. We talked about her kind of core offer today and getting that nailed down. But the point of me telling you about the psychic, back to that, is really just time to listen to my intuition and work on the things that creatively fuel me and creatively enable me to show up at that 80% or higher. And those things definitely are coaching, working one-on-one with people, truly light me up. I have a headache. I had a headache throughout the call, but like I couldn't feel it, you know? Like it was gone while I was talking because I was just so invested and excited about my client. And also YouTube and videos. I, as mentioned, I'm in a really exciting season of life. I think like there's two ways to look at it, right? We could look at it as like, wow, you know, I failed. My marriage failed. I did this. I'm alone. Or we can look at that, you know, from a very positive perspective, right? You know, I left a situation that wasn't the best. We are both now free to find our happiness. I am able to get to know me now, like the true me at this age. And I have the world at my fingertips, you know? Like there are two ways to look at it, and I'm going to choose to look at it like the latter. And I'm going to choose to take you guys along. As I mentioned in, you know, previous vlogs, I want to vlog more. I want to get better at being a YouTuber. Like I don't want to let YouTube slip away from me and just become something that, I don't know, like a missed opportunity for creativity, for career, all of that. So I need to get back on my YouTube game for sure. So that's what that's what we're doing. That's what you're seeing. I'm picking up the vlog camera, even if I have a headache, even if I don't want to, whatever, and vlogging. So with that said though, it's 8:36. I need to pack it up for the night. Shower, relax for the night, maybe eat another chocolate covered pretzel or two. These things are so good. And we'll see what Friday has in store for us. Hello, it's the next afternoon. I'm out for a walk. It's kind of late. It's like 2:30. I've had a semi-busy morning of getting my podcast uploaded, and then I got in an argument with my friend that I'll tell you about when I get to a stopping point. It's really hot out. So one of my friends who is kind of involved, oh my gosh, I see a bunny. Hold on. One of my friends who is involved in like the book world was asking me about my book, which if you've been here long enough, you maybe remember that at one point I was writing a book. And in fact, I would say that I've written a book. I've written a manuscript. I've got like 50 or 60,000 words, something like that. And I was really excited about it. It was like my obsession, you know, like my hyperfixation for a while. And it then went ghost. I got in a little bit of an argument with him about it. And I was like, maybe this is a conversation I need to tell you guys about, because I don't think I've ever given like a proper update to you all about it either. The long story short is I loved what I was writing. And then the publishing process really stressed me out. And I don't mean it was too much work, which is what I think he was thinking I meant. I meant I had lots of my friends who were traditionally published authors tell me, do not traditionally publish your book. You will not make money. You will end up doing all the work. You're not going to like the process. You're not going to like giving up control. And then I had people like this friend of mine tell me, do not self-publish your book. You will not be taken seriously. You have a platform, blah, blah, blah. You should traditionally publish. It just really stressed me out. Like, at one, I didn't like the kind of elitism around that, like the idea that a self-published author is not an author, just the concept of that. On the other hand, like I was like, I don't know, it just made it really hard to make a decision, because I feel like people are so black or white on it, like either all or nothing, you know. There's very few people that I've come across that are like, hey, maybe either one, like what, you know, people were just so like intense about it. And it honestly, there's a biker going past, awkward, two bikers going past. It made it kind of feel like it was no longer like for me in any way anymore. And if I want to be told what to do, I'll just get a job. You know what I mean? Like I'll just go write for a publication. So there's a guy walking past now. So, hey, Brenda. Yeah, okay, well, I'll FaceTime you later. Anyway, as I was saying, I just think other people kind of sucked the fun out of it for me and made it into like purely a business project. And if I wanted to do purely a business project, I would just create another course or, you know, an offering or whatever. And yes, I want to take feedback. Yes, I want to make something good. Yes, I want to make something marketable, but not at the expense of like, you know, my vision, my creativity, all of that. It just is stressful, honestly. So props to all the authors out there. Just awkwardly pause here. I do definitely hope to one day revisit this project, because I do think there's a book. There's probably a couple books in me, but I just, I need to be able to do it on my terms. You know what I mean? Whatever that means, whether that is being published traditionally or self-publishing. But I think I have some soul searching to do on it for sure. I think an interesting realization that I've come to, that I just came to on that walk in solitude, was that I wrote all 50, 60,000 of the words of my manuscript in solitude. I made the decision to write a book pretty much in solitude. It was, you know, during COVID times when I got the idea to write a book, and I would wake up every morning at like 5 or 6 a.m. and write for 2 to 3 hours before I started my workday, you know, in quiet. And now that more voices are in the room, this can be applied to any project, right? Let's just take the focus off exactly what the topic is. But now that I've started to let more voices in the room, it starts to get more confusing, right? Because there do become more options, more opinions. All these people are passionate. They are doing it out of love and out of care, giving this advice, but it makes things more confusing, right? Because I'm like tapped out of that inner voice a little bit. And going back to the psychic reading, which I guess is the theme of today's vlog, is that's one of the big things she told me too, which again, could be very general advice, right? We could give that to anybody, but like she brought up something specific when it came to relationships, just kind of mentioning like, without getting into too much detail, essentially listen to yourself. Like don't listen to society's expectations for you right now, or your friends, like what they would be doing in this situation. Listen to what feels good to you. And interestingly, like whenever I would let one particular friend in about a particular like thing that I was going through recently, that's when the relationship would fall apart, because I was letting their opinions get in the way of how I was feeling, you know, and mess it up and like confuse myself. Like, wait, maybe I'm not happy, even though I was happy. So all that to say, that can be applied to business as well. And I think that's just something that I need to work on with this book issue or just any big decision you're making is like, how can you tap into yourself, get back to that point of solitude a little bit, not forever. You have to let people in. You have to learn from experts and take people's opinions. But even just like that quick 20, 30-minute walk, it really helped me. Like I did get in my head a little bit more again and get out of talking to my friends, arguing with my friends, you know, reading articles, listening to podcasts of other people's experience, and really thinking like, what do I envision that process looking like for me? So stay tuned on if it'll ever happen, but that's the update on the book. I am a sweaty mess. It is so humid. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take a shower and then we've got to do a little work today. I don't want to, but we're going to. All right, ignore my wrinkly shirt and the curtains on the ground. That's a long story. Time to get a little work done. I've got a presentation to finish, so I am speaking at the BILD Expo in New York City on June 17th or 18th. I can't remember my day, but I'll put it up on the screen. It is a free event. So if you are a content creator, a filmmaker, a photographer, a podcaster, and you are anywhere close to New York, you should come. And please let me know, send me a DM if you're gonna come. I would love to maybe put together like a little dinner, like just put in a reservation somewhere at a restaurant that has some vegan options. Let me know, DM me. I'm not gonna like post anything publicly, but anyway, I'm gonna finish up my slides for that. It's like 90% done, the deck, but I just need to finish that. And then the other big thing that I am gonna work on today, I've got some influencer stuff, some brand deal stuff. Like I said, I'm doing all my own brand deals now, which is very exciting, but does add a layer, you know, it adds a bit to the workload. So one of the things that I need to do, I have a sponsorship coming up. I need to just give them an outline and a script for it. So I need to do that, which is going to take a little bit of mental energy. And then the other thing that I want to get started on, I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I might work on it some tomorrow too, but I actually had a family member reach out to see if I had any freelance work for them. And usually I would say no to something like that, but this person is somebody that I very, very much trust, and that is very smart and skilled and has a really, you know, good job and could definitely handle what I'm about to give them. So what I was gonna do now that I don't have a manager is just hire a virtual assistant or somebody who can send pitch emails out for me. So I give the list of companies that I would like to work with, and they just send like, you know, a templated email that they can customize a little bit with my media kit and, you know, all that good stuff. And so I'm like, oh, this would be the perfect job for them because it's asynchronous. It's just them sending emails. I know they know how to send emails and manage a spreadsheet and stuff. So I want to work on some like SOPs for that, standard operating procedures for that, so I can start giving them some assignments. I'm also going to go through the Sidewalker Daily course. Sidewalker Daily is a company, it's co-founded by one of my friends, Nina. She's been on this channel, I've been on her channel, I went on her cruise, she's awesome. And yeah, I have access to her course, which teaches you how to pitch as a content creator. And so I want to just do some reviewing of that, just to kind of like get up to speed on that, since I haven't done a lot of cold pitching myself. And so I want to be able to relay that information to this family member who's going to help me. So that's a lot. It's already 3:30. We'll see how much I get done. I don't want to overdo it today. The main thing is this presentation and these scripts for the brand, because those are due, but that's what I'm going to work on for a couple hours at least. Hello, good evening. It's Saturday. I haven't even like looked at myself in a mirror today, but I want to end the vlog with just like a cozy Saturday evening showing you what I'm up to. I've just been on my couch relaxing, finishing that deck, and then just hanging out. I haven't been feeling 100%, but finally getting up and around to doing some house stuff. And this little section here, again, I'm kind of turning it into my vanity. It was like a little library. I guess it still will be. I'm gonna organize those books, but I want to show you the actual vanity setup that I have. It's a mess right now, so I don't know why now is the moment. I'm also gonna like tack these down properly and stuff. But so I got these lights, which I have regrets about sticking onto this mirror. Like, what was I thinking? I should have put them around the wall. I still might, if I can get them off. That's the problem. I don't know if I'll be able to get them off the mirror now. I don't know. I don't want to ruin the mirror, so that's why I want to, you know, see if I can remove them. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But with that said, for function, let me just show you. So I got these on Amazon. They were like $10. I'll link them if anyone's curious. And it has this little like USB thing. So on, is it not plugged in? There we go. Look at that. Look how drastic, like that is pretty amazing. And then there's, you can make it brighter or dimmer. So they work really well if you want to turn, you know, your mirror into a true vanity mirror. But yeah, why did I put them directly on it? Because this mirror was kind of expensive. Anyway, so that's the big update we have there. And then the next thing I'm doing is working on this TV stand. It's a rolling TV stand. I told you guys that I moved my TV that was sitting here into my bedroom because I've just been watching more TV in my bedroom now that I live alone. So I got a TV stand so that it doesn't need to sit on my dresser because I just think it looks cluttery and ugly, and I still want to have like a cute dresser with a mirror and, you know, just style it really nice. So I'm going to put together this here rolling TV stand and I'll show you the before and after. Maybe not the before because there's a pile of clothes on my dresser right now, but I'll definitely show you the after to show you what the vision is. And then we're going to make some ramen. All right, that little TV stand honestly took forever. I look wild because I feel wild. I swear it. Whenever you're doing something alone, that would have taken like an hour with a partner. It took like 3. But anyway, we got it done and I think it's going to work out perfectly. It just feels so much more spacious in there. I will have to show you the complete after in a future vlog because I've got a big mirror that I can't move by myself and just a bunch of things that I need some help with. I was thinking I could be full independent woman this vlog, but I'm going to need to wait until this weekend when I have someone coming who will be able to help me finalize. So stay tuned. But to end this vlog, I want to try a new recipe with you all, which I'm honestly just gonna wing like 90%. I was at Costco. I was in Florida. We went to Costco and I saw gluten-free ramen and I really wanted some, but it was like the day before I was leaving. So I ordered some gluten-free ramen. I will leave a link down below. It was the best rated gluten-free ramen I could find. So I'm gonna try making my own broth and, you know, accoutrements. So I've just got some vegetable broth. I really like this brand. I'm going to fry up a little bit of tofu. And then for the other things, I'm loosely following this recipe from Minimalist Baker, which I will link. But yeah, it's just like miso paste and green onion and kind of a bunch of other things. And I'm not even gonna follow like the numbers. That's not my style. I'm just gonna throw stuff in tamari, throw stuff in until it tastes like a good broth. I'll show you how it turned out. But thank you so much for watching today's vlog. A little all over the place, but I just kind of wanted to update you on my life, my goals for this channel. I want to start vlogging more and just start documenting stuff more, as I've been saying in previous vlogs as well. But I definitely just feel like I've gotten some clarity recently that these are moments I need to be writing down or filming, even if they're, you know, not that interesting to me. I think that this community is one that I'm just so very grateful for. And this for sure is the part of my job that I absolutely want to be doing until, you know, I can't work anymore. Everything else, we're still always figuring out, but this, you all, YouTube vlogging is definitely what I want to do. So I appreciate you for being here. Hopefully my ramen turns out good. We're going to have a relaxing evening. And tomorrow I'm going home. It's my mom's I just panicked. I thought her birthday was today and then I forgot it. I'm going home for her birthday, which is tomorrow. For some reason, I thought like today was her birthday and then tomorrow we were celebrating. Oh my gosh, I was gonna feel like the worst daughter ever because my nephew, his 20th birthday was yesterday, and I honestly was so busy doing stuff, working and stuff, that I forgot to text him until late in the day and I felt so terrible. But luckily I remembered, you know, before the day was over. But okay, too many May birthdays, too much going on. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next vlog very, very soon. Bye. Okay, first things first, I cut up some super firm tofu. I cut it into 4 and then in half once again, and I like the Nasoya brand. And then I put some cornstarch. I actually prefer potato starch, but I only had cornstarch at home. Put some on a plate, seasoned it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then you just like roll your tofu around in it a little bit, throw it into a moderate amount of avocado oil. I also started cooking some bok choy. I've never cooked it before. I have no idea if I'm even pronouncing it right, but I just kind of melted it down, cooked it down, whatever word I'm supposed to use here. Then I put some miso paste into the vegetable broth and the noodles, which were cooking in water before that. Used a little tamari, and then I also added a little bit of sesame oil just for like a more, I don't know, I guess for flavor. But overall, it turned out really good for my first attempt. It was very, very good, honestly. The noodles themselves were amazing. Highly recommend. Anyway, thanks for watching the vlog. I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.